thank Mahatma Prabhu for telling us these different memories about the installation of Vinalaji. And we are very happy now to hear His Holiness Vedavyasapriya Maharaj. He was very instrumental in bringing Nataji here, and he was of course present and himself active for the installation. So we are very thankful to hear him tonight and hear more actually tell us about Nataji. Hare Krishna.
Om Jnana-Timirandhasya I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master is one who says that opened my eyes to the portion of knowledge. Therefore, I pay my respects. I was told in 1978 by life members in New York City and Tri-State area that they had a keen desire to worship Srinathji because they were very familiar, and most of them were coming from Vallabha Sampradaya, where Srinathji's worship is now being carried on. So almost 450 years. Srinathji is originally called Gopal, and eventually, after the 5th generation of Vallabhacharya, there were Muslim tyrants who tried to demolish the temples in the Vrindavan area, Braj area. At that time, Gopal was residing on Govardhan Hill. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's order was that we should not climb on Govardhan Hill, because Govardhan is not different than Lord Krishna. He himself took the form of Govardhan. So, Srinathji's pastimes are very, very important in our life too. Just to smash the pride of Indra, Lord Krishna lifted at the age of 7 on his pinky the whole mountain for 7 days to smash the pride of Indra. People can get materially obsessed by material power. It's very, very easy for them to get trapped within their own minds. But Krishna comes to teach even Indra, and by lifting Govardhan Hill, he snatched the pride of Indra. So what to speak of our little tiny brains who are also so much proud of this and that, and we quarrel unnecessarily. Right? So, just like Lord Krishna is smashing the pride of Indra, when we come in front of Srinathji, the deity who lifted Govardhan Hill, we must pray, please smash my false ego, so I will never commit a mistake again. Who else can smash our false ego? But Krishna can. If we cannot smash our false ego by ourselves. So these devotees in New York, we were all life members at that time. And we conceived a plan to make a deity. We commissioned one devotee who knew little art and he volunteered. So he made from clay modeling. Then we cast it into plaster of Paris. Then finally in a hydrocal material. which is very strong, and then painted. It was coming to the shape. He's just so from the calendar. And we proposed the idea, and the GBC liked it in New York. So we were so much enthralled. So we started worshiping Srinivas. I was the first puja in New York, 340 West 55th Street. Too much of memory. So then the devotees started. A lot of Indian congregation who were familiar with Srinivas worship started pouring it all the Christ. So in this way, they had an idea to make a separate temple. So eventually in 1979, I became the president of ISKCON Queens, where Srinivas was supposed to be installed. I invited Admaran Prabhu and his wife to join in the effort. And they gladly took up services. And we ran the center for 9 months. There was a property also obtained, but it didn't go. It fell in wrong hands, and eventually we were told to move on. At that time, there were offenses to the deity which compounded into some disastrous results. So we have to be very careful. But at the same time, we are obligated to the Lord who has come out of His sweet will and remain unworshipped. So, few of us, Shivarati Prabhu also joined us, and we started worshipping Srinivas, preaching, making life members, and eventually we were invited to Vrindavan. At that time, this temple was under construction. But they had an idea to put Jagannath, Subhadra Baladev on the third altar, but the third altar would not fit there. Too big. Right? But as soon as our request was there, Kirtan Swami said, "Come over!" and we'll take it. So that was in 1981. And we came down. But we thought we should utilize all the rest of the time to go out and preach. Till the temple is ready, what are we going to do? We were doing some initial work because Srinivas is a very peculiar deity, having a particular taste of worship. The worship method has been recognized for the church according to Shastra. So the idea is that we cannot mess around. So we try to retain the originality as much as possible. But many places in ISKCON you will see the painting such a way that it will not be recognized. It will be something else. Some light painting is required, but Srinivas is, in the sense, it's a natural beauty to bring about in the lifting of golden hair. A child has to be worshipped in this form of the Lord. So in this way, on 4th of July, 30 years back, we installed. I think we are also trying to show you the installation of Srinivas in 1983. So, a lot of services started. Our worship was with all sincerity. We went to Nandwara and learned so many techniques. I myself went 3 times just to learn from their traditions. So we had desire that we should worship Srinathji. So all these Vaishnavas from Vedavyasapriya Sampradaya will not feel alienated. Because they were the one who actually initiated the project. So I was also told that it's Srila Prabhupada's desire to install Srinathji because it's obtained by Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri was a pure devotee. He was the grand spiritual master of the Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took initiation from Ishwar Puri, who was a disciple of Madhavendra. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to take humble position. But if you see Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, they were all disciples of Madhavendra. They were senior. But here is the Supreme Lord himself trying to teach us to take a humble position. And as I say, humble position cannot be manifested in our heart unless and until we smash our false ego. So, worship of Srinathji inculcates such virtues which are very conducive to progress in devotional service. Very conducive. There are many stories of Srinathji that you might hear, but at the same time we should know, as far as preaching was concerned, Srinathji's glory expanded up to Georgia and Russia, and on the other side up to even Iran. The deities are found there from the Vaishnavas. So, they had also occasion to expand services of Srinathji. People of Vaishnava Sampradaya, they came here, they were very good friends of ours, and they wanted to have Srinathji deity in their homes. So one is being worshipped in Lower Ohio. It's a very good Grahastha family, and they are worshipping, praying him every day, in and out. Funny thing, that wife is a Jain, but husband is coming from Vaishnava family, and they have good interaction as far as the worship of the Supreme Lord is concerned. It's not like a compromise situation, but they really, because they do not want to go into the nitty details of philosophy. Vaishnavas are very easy, malleable people, and they respect us also of the same strength. There was another gentleman who came forward and he wanted to install in Harrisburg. So he installed it. And he has to tell me, my Vaishnavas come to have darshan. My house has become like temple. But he's a Grahastha. I said, don't keep donation box. And he said, okay. Otherwise everybody wants to put in the money. But anyway, he didn't want to make a business. Nirvana, we were making the deities here. We were making all the Srinashans. You can see this Srinashan on Nrsimhadev. Nrsimhadev deity was made here. But Srinathji came from India just to make something authentically, worshipable in the form of beautiful carving, which has been done according to the traditions. But nonetheless, the original deity is being still worshipped in Toronto. Because we installed here, they want to restart the worship, and they are carrying on that too. In this way, Srinathji's expansions are all over. You will go to Los Angeles, there will be Srinathji. You will go to Detroit, there will be Srinathji. You will go to Arizona, to Sun Temple, or Phoenix Temple, where you will have Srinathji. You go to India, Chapati has Srinathji, Kanpur has Srinathji, Surat has Srinathji, Ahmedabad has Srinathji. Even I am installing in the houses small Srinathji. Srinathji is very beautiful. And people who are not familiar, they also get attracted to his worship. So, Srinathji is by the tradition, devotees are taking their turns in the worship. I happened to meet Kaliya's mother in Kanpur yesterday. She was telling, Maharaj, you taught Kaliya to worship Srinathji. He still remembers. He has become a big man, family man, but he was a child. So we had toys for Srinathji to play with, and we were engaging young kids like him to wear dhoti, tilak, and go and play with him for some time. So the idea is that everybody can relate to Srinathji. In Vrindavan, Srinathji's jelly beans are very famous, right? People want the prasadam of jelly beans. Every day, there are 2 small cups filled with jelly beans are offered, so they come out and kids love it. It's a 7-year-old form, but nonetheless, it's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we say Srinathji's appearance is very, very auspicious. To understand the worship method is one thing, but nonetheless, according to our tradition, we can also worship with love and devotion, and Srinathji would reciprocate. He would reciprocate. Devotees reminiscent the installation of Srinathji very much. Mother Ghosh Prabhu, about 2 years back, say 5 years back, he gave me all the cassettes, recorded cassettes on the video for Srinathji's installation. And they are what to see that how intensified atmosphere was and how glorious installation ceremony was performed. We cannot bathe him every day, just like we did today. And in fact, I left much more mess this time than 5 years back. We were able to do better job. But this time, I don't know whatever Krishna's desire. Srinathji want to flood the whole altar. So, the idea is that deities are very meaningful to make us advance in devotional service. That we do not count them as stone statues, because this is a hellish mentality that has to be eradicated. Who thinks that this is idol worship. All the deities are not idols. Idols are for idle ones. We are actively engaging all our senses in the service of Srinivasa. It's not an idolatry. People do not understand. But the deities do reciprocate. If one becomes sincere and performs service offenses, so Prabhupada installed deities so we can advance after second initiation, given a chance to realize Paramatma vision. Because Paramatma is omniscient, omnipresent and omnipotent. That we all know. But how do they reciprocate? We do not know. It is simply a belief. But here we are given opportunity to worship the deity, which is made up either of wood, marble, sand, even colors or phenomena, two-dimensional, three-dimensional. But in two-dimensional you cannot express all your feelings and services. While in three-dimensional, yes. Because you have to increase your consciousness beyond the third dimension, which is called the fourth dimension. That is transcendental. If man is made in the image of God, the God's form is original. We are made in image of God. Because we are accustomed to the form and attachment to the form, the Lord can reciprocate. If we use transcendental process, as Bhagavatam told about chanting Hare Krishna, but in the second initiation, that same chanting will reveal the form. So when you serve, along with the holy name, the deity or the form of the Lord, which is carved from the descriptions of the Shastra, not from the fanciful artwork of an artist or a sculptor. So that form, along with the holy name, with all the different mantras of invocation and inviting them, then perform all those as if we are receiving the most honored guest. We become totally subservient to them. So, this is not idolatry. Then, the transcendental emotions or the feelings, which are according to our sincerity in chanting arises, then we put our heart and soul in the worship of the deity. This is not experiment, but this is the only way recommended. Chanting is Bhagavad Gita and worshipping the deity from Pancharatra. Both are essential. They go parallel, hand to hand. One gives us theoretical, another gives us practical experience. So, all the deities are capable to interact with the mood and service attitude of the puja. It's not like in India, people ring the bell and do the archana and simply put up some material conception or sankalpa and for that kind of thing. No. Here you put your heart and consciousness in the service attitude. So this process is highly worked. And the pujari eventually realizes the Paramatma teacher, because it's also residing in the deity and in himself and all of this. So he becomes completely liberated from the effects of the feelings. It is expected from him. Otherwise, in that relation, his worship will not reach to the Supreme. So this is not idolatry. There are bona fide forms of the Lord which are described in the Shastras, and they are to be worshipped. We do not make imaginary forms. These are not graven images, but rather the real worship is of the highest exaltation. There is nothing to imagine. Why do we have to imagine when the Lord is giving us the mercy to make Himself understood in reciprocation of our process? So we have to remain sincere and very serious in approach the real worship. But nonetheless, because the Lord is all attractive. Any form of the Lord, since from childhood to Kumara, is all attractive. According to our relationship, which is invoked by purification of our ignorance, and the soul becomes completely in tune with the desire of the Lord, then we can feel that the Lord is reciprocating. This is perception, it's not simply wishful thinking. So we have to make ourselves advance. So therefore in second initiation, we allow the devotees to make progress in deity worship. Chanting is practical, worship of deity is very practical. Then ultimately the divine qualities in us will spring up. After the divine qualities spring up, we will be able to behave with Vaishnava etiquette. Without divine qualities, one cannot artificially make a show of Vaishnava. He may learn, but without the purpose behind it, no. Vaishnava etiquette is the fulfillment of the culture because the divinity is invoked. That's why. In early stages, we may not know. We may try to imitate somebody, but we do not mean. So, if we are not congruent between mind, words, and activities, then hypocrisy still exists. But nonetheless, Kapil Dev is teaching to his mother Devahuti about the worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the deity form. That just to realize Paramatma, if you follow the protocol of the Pancharatri Vidi, along with your sadhana, it will help you to rise above the modes of ignorance, passion, and goodness. It makes us transcend where the divine qualities will be coming up. Unless and until one reaches or understands the transcendental strength of the devotional service itself. Bhakti Devi is not different than Krishna. She is the embodiment of Samvik and loving potency together. So you will get required knowledge and reciprocation of the worship. So all the deities and our ISKCON centers, by the desire of the Prabhupada to make us advance a bit arranged. People of very aptitude worship bona fide deities in various forms and pastimes. We can cultivate a concentrated effort by worshipping one particular deity, so eventually they will become our Ishtadev. Ishtadev will be situated in our heart and will carry wherever we go. But you may say, oh, Paramatma is already sitting. But what is the difference between Paramatma and Ishtadev? If you think they are two distinct entities, when our Ishtadev enters in our heart, he will occupy the seat of Paramatma. What's the difficulty? And Paramatma is going to be everywhere. He is not going to be displaced anywhere. So the idea is that somehow or other, even now is affording the training in deity worship, and many are attracted towards deity worship of Srinathji, and all the devotees are benefited equally. One worships Jagannath, Subhadra, Baldev, or one worships Shri Radha, Vrindavan Chandra, or worships the small deity, Srinathji, Gauri Shila, Gaurita. Everything is possible. So, all the deities can reciprocate. This is a very important occasion amongst the devotees of New Vrindavan to celebrate such festival, and we are honored that all of you are participating in this festival of very great importance. Thank you very much. Anybody has a question? Oh.